Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose on Amazon.com today. A DeKalb County man allegedly shot and killed his uncle because he ate his honey bun.
Right now, a 29-year-old man is behind bars accused of killing his uncle over a pastry. So this is the breaking news at 11 Alive, first brought to you last Thursday when DeKalb County police swarmed a home on Loveless Drive in Ellenwood. Now, a new arrest report shows that Michael Crowley shot his uncle, 48-year-old Roderick Crowley, because he ate his honey bun. The warrant says that Michael called 911 and told police what he did. When officers got there, they say they found him in the woods nearby and took him into custody, charging him with malice murder.
Now, in this alleged incident that took place in DeKalb County, Georgia, 29-year-old Michael Crowley had a honey bun in the refrigerator that he was planning to eat in the future. Now, as he went and anticipated to eat this honey bun, allegedly he found out that his uncle, 48-year-old Roderick Crowley, had eaten the honey bun he had saved, and this is what led to Michael Crowley losing his temper. And as Michael Crowley was losing his temper and getting extremely angry regarding this honey bun, this is where a witness is reported to have told Michael Crowley to calm down and leave the house, hoping that Michael would have cooled off. However, Michael returned with a firearm and allegedly shot Roderick Crowley 4 times in the chest and arms, killing him. And after shooting and killing his uncle, this is where Michael Crowley called 911 and said that he had shot his uncle and looked to hide in the woods. And this is where police took him into custody, and a police dog soon found his gun. And then after taking him into custody, the police have arrested him and taken him into custody, and he has been charged with murder. Now, the DeKalb County Police in Georgia see the actions of Michael Crowley as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of Michael Crowley's alleged behavior, it definitely fits the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me that Michael Crowley is one of these beta males who definitely has a real problem with navigating through his emotions, critical thinking, and conflict resolution, because the way he reacted to this situation shows that he really wasn't thinking about the bigger picture regarding this entire situation revolving around this honey bun. Now, I'm a guy who really enjoys food, and I understand what can happen when you go out here and save some food that you want to enjoy later. And I understand that sometimes what can happen is that sometimes people will come in and take something that you like, and they may take something that you like, but you have to understand that there are more important things than getting upset over this food item, which will possibly wind up in your toilet in next to 6 to 8 hours. There are more important things that a guy has to think about as related to their overall life, and sadly Michael Crowley wasn't thinking about any of that. No, he had set his whole heart on this honey bun and didn't understand that, yeah, you set your heart on this honey bun, but there are more important things that a man has to consider as related to his intangibles of manhood, such as his health, such as his safety, and most importantly, his freedom. These things have a higher value than a honey bun that after you eat it, it's going to be in the toilet to 6 to 8 hours. And there are more important things like, again, looking out for the lives of others. Yeah, you may be upset that this dude, who is your uncle, wound up eating your honey bun, but the whole thing is you have to understand that this guy, yeah, he did that to you, but you have to be able to let that go because there are more important things than a honey bun. And those things, again, like your freedom, are more important than some honey bun that you can get at one of these corner stores for just $1. That's what this guy really wasn't thinking about critically as related to this situation, because had he been thinking critically, yeah, you would have been a little upset that, that this honey bun got eaten by your uncle, but you would have tried to resolve the conflict by saying, Uncle, you ate my honey bun. Uncle, you ate my honey bun. And if you eat my honey bun, then you need to go out here and compensate me for that honey bun and paying me for that honey bun. That should have been the end of the whole situation. The uncle should have just said, okay, I'm going to go out here and give you $1 for this honey bun that I ate. And that should have been the end of the whole situation. I mean, this whole situation should have been settled by just, again, looking to go out here and, again, compensate this dude for this honey bun. But because, again, these males were not possibly raised properly, they got all in their emotions and escalated this situation into violence. And as they escalated this situation into violence, sadly, what happened here was that this young man basically got upset at his uncle, and now he wound up taking the life of his uncle, looking to pacify and sate his feelings regarding this situation, looking to go out here and sate his feelings for a moment. And now he's basically in a situation where his entire life has changed, all like that, because he acted on impulse. His entire life has changed in the snap of a finger, because he acted on an impulse, because he was upset over this $1 honey bun that basically came from one of these corner stores, and again, his uncle basically again ate, and he possibly was going to be in the toilet in again 6 to 8 hours. And this guy basically went from having his freedom to live his life and be able to get his honey buns from the store to now he's in a road to going on a road to being in a place where he's not going to have to deal with the authority of an uncle who he believed disrespected him. No, he's going to be in a place where he's going to have to deal with the authority of the CEOs inside of the county jail in DeKalb County. And eventually, if he's convicted, and he possibly will be convicted because he basically confessed to this crime to the 911 operator, he basically is now going from having a life where he was able to enjoy honey buns in his house to now having to try to deal with Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles as he tries to trade his buns in the back for some honey buns, as he winds up getting traded for those Little Debbie honey buns. Little Debbie honey buns, the Fritos chips, hot and sour ramen noodles, packets of Crystal Light lemonade, packets of Crystal Light tea, Keef coffee, Taster's Choice coffee, off-brand orange drink, off-brand grape drink, off-brand fruit punch, off-brand strawberry kiwi drink, off-brand mango drink, off-brand lemon lime drink, off-brand lemonade, Crystal Light lemonade, packages of soy sauce and sriracha sauce, off-brand Oreo cookies, off-brand duplex cookies, off-brand vanilla wafers, off-brand ginger snaps, off-brand lemon cookies, Velveeta cheese, prison chips, prison pretzels, honey mustard packets, packets of soy sauce, packets of sriracha sauce, beef summer sausage, and he'll have to be winding up getting his buns traded for honey buns as Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles wind up going out here and filling up the front side and the back side with their big carbon rods. And after they wind up spit roasting dude, they're going to wind up having Mr. Sprinkles come in and then spray the front side and the back side with his special sauce. And then after Mr. Sprinkles finishes spraying the front side and the back side with his special sauce, then he's going to call all the guys from Cell Block D to come in and watch as he splits the cheeks open and shows those cheeks completely glazed, looking like the inside of a Louisiana crunch cake. And that's where this guy, Michael Crowley, will realize how the mistake that he made as related to acting so impulsively as related to getting in his feelings over this honey bun. Again, something that is in a convenience store for less than $1, and all he had to do, if in some cases as related to things, was just go take that walk, cool down, go buy yourself another honey bun. And he just went out here and did that, he would have been able to go out here and preserve his freedom. And that's something guys really have to think about out here when they're in these streets. I mean, yeah, you in the house, and yeah, you have an older family member who you believe disrespected you, but you've got to learn how to navigate through your emotions. And that means, yes, you have the feelings of being upset, but you don't act on those feelings impulsively, because when you act impulsively, you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. You have to deal with the consequences of your actions, and that's what sadly Michael Crowley wasn't thinking about. He wasn't thinking about the consequences of his actions, because now he's going from, again, being a free man to now winding up becoming a man in crisis, all because he wasn't really thinking about a situation. Now, I, again, from my own life experience, have been in this situation as related to, you have something that you're looking forward to, and a relative winds up eating what you were looking forward to. But what you got to do is, again, work through those feelings and, again, understand that there are more important things than some food that's going to be in the toilet to 6 to 8 hours. No, you got to understand that your life is more important than some food item, because you could go from being able to sit in your house and chill and be able to enjoy food to winding up inside one of these penitentiaries, winding up, again, having to trade your dignity and your self-respect and parts of your body for some food out here. I mean, this guy went from going out here and being able to eat a honey bun in his house to winding up getting his buns traded. And again, this is the sad state of affairs that happens to men when there are no real men to sit down and talk to you or understand how to operate as a man. Because what, in this case, again, this 48-year-old man, Roderick Crowley, again, he was another dysfunctional male. Again, 48-year-old man should understand when a 29-year-old man goes out here and spends his money on some food, again, you respect that man's space. And again, if you go out here and eat this man's food, you should be in a way where you said, okay, brother, I made a mistake. I ate your honey bun. Let me hook you up with something, or let me take you down to the store. Again, show that young man some respect as related to this situation. But sadly, because these males were not raised to understand how to resolve conflict or how to solve problems, this is what led to a situation where two men basically had their lives changed. And instead of these men being able to, again, live comfortably as men, now that one is dead, the other is in prison and is on the road from being a free man to winding up just another man in crisis. Now, if you want to learn how to identify the behavior of a man in crisis and help the man in your life basically turn their life around, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos talking about the man crisis and the behaviors of dysfunctional males, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.